Good evening. We should now be live. Hello, everyone. Let me just double check that everything is working correctly. Hello, Matthias and Kairu. How are you doing? Just going to double check that my microphone volume is correct because Logitech has a annoying tendency to reduce it when it doesn't, when I don't want it to, but it's fine. Hello, Berenzon. Yeah, I'm doing all right. How are you? I shouldn't be muted. It should be coming through okay. You're fighting one of the hardest bosses on Ark, Berenzon. Oh, well, good luck with that. So, today, I want to start with improving this park. This was the Indonesia campaign map, and as you can kind of tell by how higgledy-piggledy and ugly some parts of this build are, it was something I didn't particularly build properly. So, I mean, look at this shit. So I want to start beautifying this particular build next because the Badlands Park is more or less finished. Now, I've already gone away and done a bunch of downloading of stuff off the workshop because I want to kind of go for a sort of facility-esque sort of neutral build set because there's not a great deal of Indonesian-style buildings on the workshop. And I don't know anything about Indonesian culture or building design, so I'm just going to go with something relatively neutral and rebuild this whole map. But I need to decide where to start because one of the problems I have with this build is that the entrance is just... It's just really in the wrong place. If you look at how the map is, you would kind of think the entrance really should be, like, over here. But it's buried in this bottom corner. And, to be honest, I really think the entrance should be, like, or like here on this little cutout, because I want to try and maximize the space for the animals. So what I'm going to start with is capture team. We are going to start by basically tackling this area at the bottom first, and we're going to get rid of all of these animals to start with. We're going to sell them off, put them back in the wild. It is, and I actually quite like it. I mean, you could easily make a... Given on the backgrounds, you could easily make this into like a rebirth style area. In Sandbox, anyway. Cannot rewild the species. Why not? Cannot rewild species. So I'm not allowed to rewild any of these animals. Oh, okay. 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 Then I guess... if I'm not allowed to rewild them, I guess I'll just have to move them. Always the problem with going back to campaign parks to rebuild them. It's like dealing with the animals that are all there. Yeah, Saitako 5, I'm just leaving you to die off at because you're, you know, low on health anyway. Or low on high on the age, I mean to say. Structure damaged. Oh, hello. That's not good. Why did that Albertosaurus just randomly decide to... Back you go. Right, this build is now... This area is now empty, so what we can do is we can get rid of this entirely and get rid of these. Flatten this back out. You died in Path of Titans, 6 hours of my life. Oh, there's always the most like annoying bit of missing ground leaf. Tons of ground leaf. Medical. It's always the hardest part of those dinosaur dinosaur growing games is like when you get to the point where you've actually successfully grown one to a reasonable size, you get rather protective of it. I feel that this area over here is a better idea for a entrance area than where it currently is. Tons of ground leaf if you just go exploring the build. I wouldn't survive if I played the Isle. Well, the thing about the Isle is the whole point is to die often. Like, you're not really supposed to be trying to survive forever. You are supposed to die. The whole point of the game is to be part of the ecosystem. Bracken poisoning. Due to unmet needs. Well... If the animal would just explore the fucking thing a little bit. Right. Let's pause the game here because I'm going to... This entrance we can't actually move. You are not allowed to move arrival point 1. Are you fucking kidding me? That's very annoying. You can't move the arrival point. That actually really aggravates me because it means you're kind of forced to waste space for no reason. Sheer amount of rubbish the Frontier wastes. Oh, right. Well, I'm going to have to think about an alternate design then, because I kind of had plans to move everything over. And now I cannot. The Isle is difficult to get into, and to be honest, I haven't played it in a very long time because they've done a bunch of stuff that I don't think is particularly very fun at the moment. I do think it is better, though, than Path of Titans, just simply because, in my opinion, it's trying to present a more realistic sort of game. But I think people unfairly compare them. It's like the people who compare Prehistoric Kingdom and Jurassic World Evolution. Like, they're the similar types of game, yes, but you can't really compare them because they're both trying to do different things. All this nonsense. no more balloon. So, we are not allowed to move or even delete that. It's in the worst place. It's not even well positioned. It's wasting space. I do not like that. No, there's a Cytacosaurus in there somewhere, but we'll shift him in a bit. I bought the physical version on Amazon of Jurassic World Evolution 3. Well, it's not really physical though, is it? Because the game is... This is why I always find it funny when people say they've brought the physical version of a game. No game is physical anymore. Like, you put the disc in and it will download a bunch of stuff off the internet because nothing is fully on the disc anymore. Usually what is on the disc is like a installer for the actual thing off the internet. And that's not even the right level for that. See, I would love to get Planet Zoo 2, because I actually think Planet Zoo 2 looks amazing. But I just can't justify giving more money to Frontier. Like... I don't think they should be rewarded. Like, Planet Zoo 2 looks like it's doing everything I wanted Evolution 3 to bloody do. I do like this section, this lumber buildings here. I just think... Are we allowed to move them? Yeah, okay. So we'll keep that. And then obviously we have this ridiculous arrival building. I can't even use any of the other arrival buildings I downloaded today because this one stops me from doing so, which is utter bullshit. Okay, so plan. To try, I'm going to try and put anything to do with the facility in here. So this area here. And then each of these is just going to be one big dinosaur area, which will probably do like a tour through. Same with this one here. And then we'll probably have a Hyperloop station that comes to this area here to do like another facility. That's the plan. Outside build area. Already getting miffed by this fucking setup they've given us. Okay, we've got a little bit of space here, which I think we could fit a building in. I'm thinking maybe maintenance. Yeah, we can put a maintenance facility in here. Now, I downloaded a fair few off the internet, because there was a few I quite liked the look of. Sort of just rustic style. Relatively neutral. I mean, I quite liked this one. It's an inbuilt complaints office, which I think is a very nice touch. That one I really like. I'm just not a big fan of the colours. That one has positioned the vehicles the wrong way around. Go with this one. Ah, yes, I heard the GTA 6 had leaked. I mean, I'm not surprised. Game leaks are pretty common these days. I don't think it's going to, like, affect the game much. Like, GTA 6 was going to be a hit regardless. Now we are going to need a power plant. And again, I went and grabbed quite a few. I quite liked this old JP one. This one is quite small and compact. Small utilitarian. This one, again, I like the feel for this one. Oh, that one could have fit. Oh, okay. Let's do some moving about a bit. I think small utilitarian power plant at the back here. Then maintenance facility. That fits perfect. Honestly, the hitboxes in this game are still really bad. Pretty much I'm constantly searching for new buildings to put in my lineup from the workshop. Yeah, I mean, next week's video is a video looking at workshop buildings, because I haven't done one in a while, so I decided to do a workshop video this week. Okie dokie. We're going to need a transformer. Only 30, but most of them I found are just like collected with others. It's one of the reasons why I don't like the people who do like their big like 4-in-1 collections, because they come up with everything, so it's makes it difficult to find what you're actually looking for. Don't worry, Big Al. I don't really have much of an interest in GTA either. I'm not like I don't particularly like the games. I was never a big fan of them. Although I have recently found a new game on Steam that I am going to be having a look at some point, which is just basically, it's a tidy up game where you're in charge of a museum that's been hit by an earthquake and all the dinosaur skeletons have fallen apart, so you've got to go and put them all back together. And it just seems like a really chill sort of cleaning up style game. We'll go with this one. It's not outside buildable area. Makes you laugh. That's nowhere near the line, and yet it's outside buildable area. Okay. Next building, the command center. And again, I went looking for a bunch. I do really kind of like this one. This one I thought was like, ooh, that's kind of cool looking. Okay, this one is like a bunch of buildings in one. It's the Expedition Center, Control Center, Science Center, Staff Center, and Hyperloop Station all in one. Which does solve some elements. I don't like doing that. That's Research Center, Industrial. I mean, I think this one kind of suits this area. Let me put it down here. That way it's on like the coast. Makes sense to have a big tower overlooking the coast. I like chaos, and because I can't play. Oh, back to school soon, big. Oh, yeah. Trust me, as a teacher, all of your teachers are going to be feeling the exact same thing. They're not going to be eager to come back to work either. Trust me. I'm going to use this as our science lab. Put it down here with the maintenance center because I think it suits that kind of style. Oh, we're going to need power down here, aren't we? Right, Expedition Center. Now, I didn't find too many of these that were very, very good. Most of them I thought were kind of meh. That one's really nice, but it's a bit big. So again, I think we'll go with this one. Put it... I think it makes sense to be next door to the science center, considering. Okay, so Expedition Center, Science Center, Maintenance, Small Power Station, Control Center, and response facility is probably necessary to have down here somewhere as well, and paleomedical. If we can get both in the same... Do you quite like the idea of having both in the same building type? But what if we put this one... The problem I have with having this here is, like, I want to put all my facilities in their own spot, nowhere near where the guests are, but that would mean... Sometimes I hate campaign maps. Often I feel like campaign maps have been designed by people who don't play campaign. Your school got its own TV show. Oh, that's interesting. I'm trained to teach history, Big Al. Which is, unfortunately, in this country at least, a subject which doesn't seem to be well respected because it's been very difficult to get an actual job in teaching. I did really like this design of paleomedical, so I'm going to put this okay. So let's kind of just cut off. This is all going to be facility. What if I put those over there? Maybe it makes more sense to have these buildings over there. Oh, that's annoying. People really need to learn how to group stuff together properly on the workshop. It's very, very annoying. Just having a look at... that would be outside the area. Quite like that one. I'm going to go for the smaller version of the response center just because it's going to be easier to place. It's a bit of a waste of But there. Hello, Luna. And hello, Rob. I didn't see you pop in. Okay. Gives us a little bit of room there for something. I suspect the control center wouldn't fit in there. I was mistaken. Path of Titans has a realism growth setting. Okay. Let's tranquilize this bloody Saitako, and then we can get him moved. Go over there. All right. So. Obviously, we need somewhere for guests. I'm going to say let's put the guest stuff over here. So the line of the enclosure we're about to build will be here to there. Then they get all of this bit. To about there. And then we need to put in like some sort of divide here, fencing wise or whatever. Because then obviously this bit over here will also be its own environment. So that's that plan. We do need some form. Oh, need a staff center. To be honest, that can go somewhere else, actually. We'll have their one like on the edge of the facility. So, transport, I guess, first of all. Might be a workshopy job again. I went and got everything I thought I would need, but I didn't think about tools. Park tour truck. Sort by total installs. Again, we want something with a kind of facility feel to it. Something quite generic. That's very 1980s. That feels quite generic. Kind of cute. Yeah, I think we'll use... Quite happy with those ones I grabbed there. So we got that one. Which kind of in keeps with the general style of some of the buildings over there. Or that one, which is kind of basically the same, really. And then we'll go with this one. I like the feel of this one more. Now then. We do need to create a bit of a fence. I think I'm going to go with my Jurassic Park style fences. So I think, or maybe the out. we'll go with my Jurassic Park style fences for this particular build, because I think all these are. I think they're in the style, although there is a few. There are a few in here that I quite like as well, so. What do you mean curve too sharp? It's a 90-degree turn. You need my huge trees. What makes them specifically good for this map? It's like it's wasting a lot of space there. Butcher all the gigas. There we go. That's better. And I'm thinking if we grab my big wooden palisade one. I say big, but it's still shorter than the existing fencing, but all the fences in this game are way oversized for what they need to be. Wasn't straight. That was way not straight, wasn't it? Crikey. That was way off. be twisted slightly again. That's about sufficient as far as I'm concerned. I've just remembered something. The guys down here need to have a gate, don't they? Gonna need to extend this one out a bit. Naturally. Some days I do find their bloody modular building system awkward. They really didn't need to be there. Buggerations. So this is like, this one is like just a little bit. It's a bit messy, but It only looks messy from a distance. I can see what's going on, Big Al. Okay, and that ending point will just... stick a reasonably sized rock in here. Now, stick a few rocks. Okay. I want to make sure I can see where this is. Need a perimeter wall there. Something. Why is that on the ground? Weird thing again, where apparently all the terrain is not on the ground. I don't actually like those for this. I feel like we need something kind of chunkier. Thinking something made of concrete. I think. Don't mind the sounds of chaos in the background. That's just Dane having a nosebleed. Right. Logs. I haven't seen King Giga in a while, actually, Co. Nice. Big, thick. Need another rock here just to hide this up. Allosaurus or Giga? Neither. Personally, I've always thought Giga was kind of overrated. But then, to be honest, I think most large theropods are kind of overrated. Like, if I'm being brutally honest, I think T-Rex is overrated. that gives us our entranceway into where the dinosaurs are going to be. We're probably going to need a basic hotel. Kill me. A basic hotel. We don't really have a good style, do we? I guess this one's not too bad, actually. I'm gonna put this. Okay, one thing I absolutely hate is that the modular building system applies its angle snapping to placing buildings in general, and you can't take off the angle snap unless you come back here into the modular building system to remove it. It's like one of the most frustrating things. Hotel. Hotel installs. Let's have a look. MBB, I wish we had more murals like the JP restaurant mural. I mean, I kind of wish we had more signage or like signage adjacent stuff in general. Things like those paintings, but other stuff as well. For example, the Jurassic Park logo, which is not available anywhere as a decal or a sign. And yes, Marconian, Dane does have old man sneezes. He really does. Trust me, that was him being quiet.
Hurt you. And having a tissue stuck up your nose.
It's gotta have like. It can't look too posh because it's supposed to be interesting. Because it's supposed to be like a facility built with the occasional visitor. So it can't have like a full-on posh hotel. That's interesting. Just want to kind of have a look at that. Hello, Chad. I'm doing alright today. How are you doing? Interesting. Maybe something like that. Let's have a look at that one. I agree, MBB. We do need a better way of displaying smaller animals. Because at the moment, smaller animals are just inherently kind of useless. Ceratosaurus is kind of underrated. I agree, Gary. I think a lot of the medium-sized carnivores, though, are kind of underrated, like Ceratosaurus, like Metriacanthosaurus. Uh, I think a lot of them are significantly underrated because it seems to be that nobody actually uses them that often. They just stick with the big stuff or the film stuff. I would absolutely love to see like what the stats are for like percentage wise what people are building. I'd love to know what people tend to use the most and what they're using the least. Because I bet you that would indicate that the player base is pretty boring, I bet the player base is using a majority of the film species and not really looking at anything else. Give it a couple more pages. But to be honest, I don't think I'm going to find anything. Much bamboo. I think that's gonna be about it for hotels. Okay, so we can either go for like the hyper facility look, which is not too bad, although I think it's a bit small. That was the... I kind of like that. It's just... it's almost too big. That one. One's too posh. This one I kind of like. I reckon you could get away with that, being the hotel. It's kind of small, kind of understated, not too big. I still think that one's kind of nicer. I think we'll go. We will stick with this one. I think this one. I think that one works. Right. Kind of want to put some sort of plaza in the middle. The awkwardness of the positioning of this arrival point is really aggravating me. It's not at a good angle. It's not in the right spot. They're wasting space. Which Velociraptor design do you prefer, Fletcher? The Prehistoric Kingdom one or Prehistoric Planet one? I don't really think there's much difference between the two, if I'm honest. I think they're pretty similar, to be fair. I don't think there's enough difference for me to say one is better substantially than the other one. How are we going to get power from here? I want there to be plenty of space to put decorative stuff. I think amenities. So we are going to need the basic stuff for all guests, so that means toilet blocks. Repeater station. Right. Everything is hooked up to the power grid here, at least. Yeah, I agree with you, Maylife. I do wish that the prehistoric paleo plants were available as placeable foliage. Because it does mean doing stuff like making our own, like, paleo botany greenhouses and stuff is quite impossible. Okay, we could probably do with putting a bunker down here. I actually quite like the rebirth style bunker, so I'm going to use that. We are going to place it next to the transformer. Thusly. It gives us a reasonable size of area to make use of for the dinosaurs. Small shopping amenity. It does annoy me a little bit that you still have to be putting in shops into facility builds. Way too big. Amenities. I mean, I just want the paleobotany greenhouse back. I mean, it was such a nice building in the first game. Like, it was one of those just good-looking buildings that I remember putting in a bunch of my parks just to have it there. See, this is the problem. People like combining basic buildings with like huge other builds, and it's like, I just want. There's mine, look. I just want the building. I don't want it combined with anything else. I kind of think that like they need another section on here for combined buildings, for like blueprints with more than one building type inside of it. That might be a bit too facility-esque. The ultimate British place. If I ever build a British park, I'll have to use that. Bye-bye, Kyrie. Thank you for popping in. I am not putting a McDonald's in an Indonesia park. That's just no. These are also so large. Okay, so this guy has done cafe. Who is... Hang on. Hang on. I want to see your profile. Come along, workshop. Now I'm gonna have to find it. It's you, I think. Point. Cafe, Hyperloop. So the only thing he hasn't done is a food place. Okay, well. I guess that'll have to do. Plenty of space to do something with that. Why won't it put anything in there? Look at that. Hello, Untamable King. And hello, Beanie Thrower. And hello, Dinosaur King. I didn't see more people popping in. How are we all doing? So all this is cut off. Oh, Hyperloop Station. That's a bit big. I think we'll go with that one. Yeah. And put it next to the entrance. And we're gonna need one over here. Just to keep money coming in and guests coming in. Just quickly connect that up, but we're going to need power over here. So actually, let's... Hang on a minute, you've got a power plant over here. Yeah, they've got power over there. They'll be fine. Okay. So there's only this slot over here that doesn't have power, and that's acceptable. We'll just we need to keep the dinosaurs in while we're doing other stuff.
Detected power outages across the site. Available personnel, please respond.
Dinosaur threat. Everything is shut. There shouldn't be a... How did the Gallimimus escape? Going to be losing money. Just... I know. It's amazing how quickly guests will be like, oh, you've not got dinosaurs in one little bit of your park, even though you've got tons of dinosaurs all everywhere over here. Now, I am... Oh, I've forgotten something. I have forgotten something. Yeah, I don't have one elsewhere. I forgot to build a hatchery. That was stupid of me, wasn't it? Okay, if we can just, like, stick a simple hatchery... somewhere. Okay. How is this operation? Oh, right, yeah, because it's connected to that over there. Interesting. Right, so, if I pop into here... Hello, something din. Oh, it's Niall. Hello. How are you doing? So, I actually don't have most of the species in campaign unlocked. So that's the other thing I'm hoping to do with this particular process, is also, like, get species unlocked. But I think the first thing I'm going to tackle is, like, getting some of these maxed up. So worst so far is Oviraptor. So let's pop into Expedition. Oviraptor is somewhere around here, I'm pretty sure. Isn't it? Yes, there we are. I believe we can send more than one, right? So while we're doing that, oh no, we can't. We can only do one at a time. We can only do one at a time. That's bullshit. Right. We do need to don't really want to do it with that. Oh, of course. Let me guess. This concrete fence doesn't require power, right? Yeah. Okay. The guests are being stupid again. And yeah, I am in the process of beautifying my campaign parks and Untamable Kings simply because I feel right now I don't have a good enough idea for another sandbox park. So I want to kind of have a decent idea of what I want to build in sandbox before I start a sandbox build. Especially given how long it takes to build parks now. Like, I don't want to just have a random sandbox build on the go. I want it to actually have a purpose to it, so... Plus, I feel like I'm like one of the few people that has actually spent a decent amount of time in campaign. Like, I don't think Evo has done that, and I don't think a lot of other builders have. Like, I still need to finish the Rebirth campaign at some point. Might do that next week. Edit all right. Good. Only 12%. Is it me, or have they made it harder to like max out animals all of a sudden? I would love to put some waterfalls on this map, but the problem is a lot of these land masses just are not suited for that. Wish we had a smaller water brush sometimes. I think that's almost too much water. That'll do. The deep water looked like Saddam Hussein's hiding spot. That's a very specific sort of reference. Alright, that should max out our Utahraptor. Oviraptor, even. Ah, a dinosaur has died. Nodosaurus has died of old age. Ah. While that's happening, I need to remember that we have to ensure that everything is nice and operational. Maintenance team 7. That side. Maintenance team 8. That side. Design shall we have for the Jeeps? We'll go with the Badlands ones, the kind of faded, kind of old ones. I kind of feel that suits. Yeah, I think we'll go with the Malta skin for that one. I think we'll go with the Malta one for this one as well. This lovely looking paleo medical facility is not correctly grouped. That's annoying. Oh, console players would not have the happiest day of their lives of Prehistoric Kingdom. They would not. And I'll tell you why they wouldn't. Because playing a modular building game on console is a damn pain in the ass. There have been enough people who've complained that it's hard enough to play Jurassic World Evolution 3 on console, let alone Prehistoric Kingdom. Okay, so we are 100%ed on the Oviraptor. Matabarosaurus is 100%ed. Just realize that for the time being, while we're going to be building up this part, we're gonna have to make sure that people can see the stuff we put in.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have viewing platforms ready for you to gain.
Nodosaurus has died again. And another Homalocephaly has died. I've also just realized that the Rangers don't like using Grumbly, grumbly, dim. Just realized the Rangers do not like using the tour gates to drive through, which I was sure was an Evolution 1 and 2 thing, but they changed it for some reason. Why do these need... Allosaurus is not the best. I would love to see Prehistoric Kingdom's takes on pterosaurs. I think they would actually be I think they would be better. If I give this one the task to go and do that. I mean, it's open, so that's fine. Oh, now it's died. Oh, the last Psittacosaurus has finally died. What animals should we put in here? I think I had Chunkingosaurus in here last time. I'm thinking, given we've got a bit more space here, I might go for something a little larger. Say fossils. Yes. I feel like I need to apply some upgrades here. Improve yield and cheaper expeditions. And extraction capacity and cheaper research. None of those are particularly very useful. Cheaper treatment and additional review. Staff center, scientist capacity, and staff center costs. Right, well, I am going to save here because it is time for me to go because I have D&D tonight. But I think we've actually got a surprisingly large amount of stuff done. Like, we've got the facilities all set up, ready to go. I think in terms of style, I think we've picked some decent buildings off the workshop to use for this particular build. Not massively happy with the guest side. I might rebuild this myself off stream just to get it looking a bit nicer. But we are basically ready to put some, get some dinosaurs in here. And although I think what I might do is move the animals from in here into here so we can then design this bit. That to me seems like the best idea. And then we're going to have to completely redesign everything over here as well. And yeah, think about what we're going to do with these land masses over here. But that's for another stream. So thank you everyone for tuning in. It's been fun today. And next week, obviously, there's a video on Wednesday from me looking at some cool workshop builds off the workshop, so check that out. And there'll obviously be a stream on Wednesday from Fallout and stream from me on Friday and Sunday. So I hope to see you then. Until next week, I hope you enjoy the rest of your Sunday evenings. Stay safe and good night.